Good morning, good morning. Welcome to In the Garden with Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. While we wait for a few people to get on, I'm just going to invite a few people to join us on this morning. I hope you all have had a fantastic week thus far. And it is finally officially spring, so I'm in the garden again. I'm so excited to just be able to be outside in a pleasant temperature. Now, I come out here during the winter, but I don't stay very long because I don't like the cold. That's just the truth. But I enjoy being in an environment where we do have 4 seasons. Give me just another minute. I think I'm done. But guys, thank you for joining me on this morning. I'm a little bit earlier than I normally am because I have some things I need to take care of this morning. So we're gonna do a quick tour of the garden. I'm gonna show you the different stages that things are in, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump right on in. So the first thing I want to show you is some of the spring things that I've got coming up. That is romaine lettuce that is just beginning to peek through. Now, spring crops like lettuce, spinach, cabbage, broccoli, they do better when the temperatures are cooler. They do better in the early spring and the fall. So those things, if you haven't already planted them, you may want to go ahead. We're in zone 7B, and time is quickly running out because once it gets to 90 degrees every day, lettuce just won't survive. Same thing for snow peas. Different varieties of peas, they enjoy the cooler temperatures. Now, I planted these weeks ago, but I had to replant them because something laid in the pot one night and broke half of them. So I did pop some additional seeds in. So over here what we have is actually some scallions that I planted last year that I'm allowing to go to seed so that I can harvest the seeds from them. So everything out here that's just an empty bucket. Bunch of empty buckets out here, but these are buckets that are reserved for the summertime vegetables that I haven't quite put out yet because they don't like the cooler temperatures. If you put a tomato out now and it drops below 50 degrees, they're unhappy. If it gets to freezing, it's going to kill it. So, haven't put them out yet. This is bee balm, which has these beautiful little purple flowers that will invite bees to the space to pollinate. This was my fall collard greens that I'm now allowing to go to seed. So once again, I can harvest seeds from something I planted, and you have an endless supply of seeds. Everything that you grow in your garden has seeds in it, even down to a strawberry. They're super tiny, but they have seeds, so they will reproduce themselves. So if you want to, you never have to buy packs of seeds. You never have to buy plants if you want to, because once you make that initial investment, if you harvest your seeds, you've got the seeds for the next season. So here's some kale. It hasn't started flowering yet, so I'll still be able to eat off of it this spring. My different mint varieties of mint, strawberry mint. I think that is a sweet mint. I'm going to have to look. Or just rub the leaves and you'll be able to tell. That's lemon balm that's coming back. I just store them under this gardening table in the wintertime so that they don't get direct impact from the frost, and they're just fine. So here's some plants that I purchased yesterday, actually from a neighbor of mine. And we have a couple of marigolds. One of the reasons I purchased them is it's a local farmer that lives 2 miles from me. It was just a show of support. But I found some things that I actually would enjoy having. This is a striped orange tomato, so that's I'm going to have 2 new varieties of tomato this year, and that's going to be one of them. This is the first set of true leaves. Those will fall off eventually. These are 2 orange marigolds. I needed another thyme. Thyme is a perennial plant, but mine had died. I've had it many years, so that's a thyme. Now, the only thing that I would have done differently, these have been transplanted once, is I would have put them in a container that has a hole in it. And you can simply accomplish that by pushing a hot nail through a container. I apologize for that. So that it drains, because this doesn't have any drainage holes in it, which I'll be able to put it out pretty soon. These are 4 begonia plants, just a pretty little flower, and that's pink something. I forgot what he said it was, but I'm gonna plant it anyway. But guys, what I want to show you is this. This is my eggplant from last year. I overwintered it in my office, and it survived. So I'm sitting it out today because it's going to be warm enough for it to be outside. But once it gets to the height of temperatures, I'm going to sit it under the table. Because it's been indoors all winter long, it needs to get accustomed to it too. Here we got spinach and asparagus growing up. So this is spinach that I planted this year. That's asparagus that I planted last year. And asparagus, you don't harvest it the first year. I actually learned that some people don't harvest it the first couple of years so that you get better yield. And then here is my yellow bell pepper that I overwintered, and it survived the winter as well. We got corn. I'm trying corn. That's my new crop for the year. Good morning, Ed. This is the first time I've done corn, but I'm going to transplant it. I'm actually going to do a technique where you plant corn, beans, and squash together, which is something Native Americans did. The beans will grow up the corn stalks and support them, so you don't have to have a trellis. I thought that was wonderful. So I'm going to try that for the first time this year. And there are seeds of zinnias and marigolds. The marigolds are going to deter harmful insects. The zinnias will attract the beneficial ones. So again, there's more onions that I'm letting go to seed. Gardening can be expensive when you first begin, but there are lots of different ways that you can defer your costs by collecting your own seeds, by getting perennials and recognizing which plants are perennials. Like that eggplant. A lot of people at the end of a season, they will just discard their plants, like their peppers, their eggplant. You can eat, if you have a warm enough place, you can even keep tomatoes through the winter. But don't throw away your hard work. If you've got somewhere indoors, a garage, a storage building, keep your perennial plants so that you can use them the next year. But to get to today's topic, I entitled it Reaping and Sowing. So we've all heard the expression, you reap what you sow. And oftentimes it is given to it as in a negative connotation, meaning you reap what you sow, you got what was coming to you. But honestly, it can have negative consequences, but it also has a variety of positive ones, because the concept in and of itself is true. And a lot of times people repeat that saying, not realizing that is straight out of that's straight biblical context. That's straight out of scripture. You don't reap a harvest if you don't sow anything. So we're here in the garden now. I'm sowing all of these seeds. I'm purchasing my small transplants so that I can have a harvest in the summertime. But if we don't ever plant anything, we don't plant seeds for a garden, we don't plant goodness, we don't plant love, we don't plant kindness, we don't reap those things back. You reap what you sow. If you're out here sowing discord, guess what's going to show up in your life over and over again? Discord, more drama, more heartache, more pain. You're reaping what you sow. If you're cussing everybody out on every hand, then that's what's going to come back to you. But if you speak love and kindness to people, that's what comes back to you. You reap what you sow. And then on the other aspect of that, in other areas other than plants, other than emotionally. If you sowing is investing in yourself. Sowing is investing in your community, in your family. So when you plant seeds, a friend of mine, she's well, actually, it was a friend of my niece's. She is a friend of my niece's. They went to school together. They're in their 30s now, and I've been watching her journey online to get her associate's degree. And then just a few days ago, she announced that she was going to she had applied to a 4-year school to get her nursing degree. She is planting seeds. She has a young child. She's planting seeds. She's already in her 30s, but it's never too late to plant seeds so that you can reap a harvest down the road. That's what we've got to take hold of, that concept, and not just use those words in a negative connotation. When somebody's having a rough time, they're like, oh, they're reaping what they sowed. Let's change that. Let's switch that our thinking in regards to sowing. We've got to sow good things in life to get good things. Yes, things happen in life. Sometimes things are not going to turn out the way we expected. But if you've already been planting seeds, you plant multiple seeds. And when something doesn't turn out the way you expect, guess what? You're going to get a harvest in another area. So I want us to really, in this season of our life, I'm not just talking about springtime. Yes, in springtime, plant heavily, so that in the summertime, your family has some fresh, colorful, great tasting vegetables to have. So this is the thing. Part of the reason I started gardening is I grew up in a rural area. My grandparents had a garden. I know what a real tomato tastes like. I know what real bell peppers taste like. A bell pepper, you can bite it right off of the vine when it's grown in the garden, and it actually has a sweet taste. When was the last time you bought a bell pepper? The name of them are sweet bell peppers. When was the last time you purchased one in the grocery store and it had any kind of sweetness to it? That's because in order to keep the vegetables from rotting before they get to the grocery store, they harvest them before they are fully ripe. So you're not getting the full flavor of it. I started gardening because I wanted a tomato that tasted like a tomato. Tomatoes actually have different tastes to them. I forgot why I started saying all of that. But when you grow your own vegetables, when you grow your own vegetables at home, you realize that sometimes what you thought you didn't like, you actually like when you get it when it's ripe. Bell peppers. I like snow peas. I had snow peas in the grocery store, and I'm like, I don't like this. It's bitter. I don't want it. But last year I planted snow peas because my sunshine wanted some. And I tasted one in the garden, and I actually like them because they are sweet and crisp. And so that when I was out here in the garden, I would find myself eating them right off of the vine. I don't use any pesticides or anything. Now, if you're using some type of pesticide in your garden, don't eat anything off of right out of your garden. You need to wash those things before you eat them. But if you're doing organic gardening, try some of your things that you're growing. I tried some of my herbs that I have without putting them in a dish or whatever. I just so that I actually know what the herb tastes like. So guys, I just wanted to come on briefly this morning and talk about reaping and sowing. I've got lots of different things out here this morning. Things that from last year that I overwintered, that survived the winter. Now I tried to overwinter. It was 5 different peppers. Only one of them has survived. Sometimes things in life are not going to turn out the way we hoped for. But that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you quit. Don't give up on yourself. Keep sowing and watch how it manifests in your life. You have got to keep sowing. Don't give up. Life, oh my God, can knock you on your back sometimes. It will knock the wind out of you. But as you look around here, you can see that the things that I sowed, all the different things that I sowed, they're coming back. They're coming up. And this summer, although this looks sparse right now, it ain't much to look at right now. But oh my God, this summer when you come out here, it's going to be bursting with color. Green, red, orange, all these different vibrant colors, because color is life. Let me tell you something. There's a reason why all the springtime flowers have all of these brilliant colors, because color is life. It breathes life back into you. And the same thing goes for our vegetables. Our parents encouraged us to eat our greens, but we need to be eating color of rain. They provide different nutrients and different minerals to our body. Color is life. So I want you to go through your day and notice the colors that you see and how each one makes you feel. Red and yellow are my favorite colors. They always have been. But I finally realized why. Because they make me happy when I see them. There is nothing that makes me smile than a bright, brilliant red or yellow. Because color is life. So bring more color into your life. Get outside. Take in the different shades of green. The different flowers that are blooming now. But then start putting a variety of colors on your plate. So last night I had a tasting party for my Love Biome business and products, and there was so much awareness that people just didn't know about. We've been eating green foods and salads and lots of things, but not putting the colors on our plates that are going to actually help our eye health. You know, we've all thought that when you get older, your eye health, your eyesight is going to naturally decline. That doesn't have to be the case if our bodies are getting the nutrients that we need. So if you're feeling that you're tired and sluggish all the time, you've got some kind of condition that you want to improve. We don't make any claims to heal anything. Reach out to me, because I would love to introduce you to Love Biome to improve your overall health. So again, invest in yourself. If you want to reap long life, you got to invest in yourself now. So many people in their 30s and 40s are having massive strokes and heart attacks and things that we just didn't see when we were younger kids. Yes, I knew people that had strokes, but they were in their 70s and 80s, not in their 30s and 40s. But that's because the food that we're eating is nutritionally bankrupt. So guys, I want you to invest in yourself. Plant a garden. Reach out to me to invest in the Love Biome products. That's an investment in you. So thank you for watching this episode of In the Garden with Joyful Living. I am Kimberly Dixon. I hope you really receive some of this receive something from this message of reaping and sowing. It's not a negative thing. Don't say they reap what they sow. Even good things, you reap what you sow. If you don't plant a seed, you're not going to get the harvest. People who are, you see them winning in life, you didn't see. God, the years and years behind the scene. I got a YouTube channel, and yes, I am a YouTube partner. I'm grateful for that. YouTube actually sends me a check, not a check, but a direct deposit for my content. But nobody sees the years that I had that channel when nobody was looking at it. But I kept posting videos until I have a following. And it's still a small following, but I have a following. You didn't see the years behind the scenes of posting videos that got 1 view, 2 views. But now some of my videos have over 100,000 views. Still not in the millions yet, but it's a start. I am I'm starting to reap the harvest from all of those years of putting in the work behind the scenes. So don't give up. Don't stop planting your seeds. And whatever it is you're doing in your life, in your family, in your career, on your deck, whatever it is you're doing, continue to plant their seeds. And granted, guys, not everybody's going to treat you right. But that doesn't mean that you don't do the eye for an eye kind of concept. Not everybody is going to treat you right, because everybody is dealing with their own level of trauma, their own experiences, and they've made a decision that, whether it was conscious or subconsciously, that they're going to allow these things in their past to dictate their future. Don't allow your past to dictate your future. Move forward. Use your past traumas, your past hurt, your pain to make you into a better person. Choose forgiveness and move forward. Look through your front window in your car instead of through your rear view mirror. Don't go through life looking through your rear view mirror. Guys, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.